What's up, Rust friends? How is everyone? Rust friend, I was waiting for a little music. I didn't hear a little
I
music.
know, I didn't hear the music.
What the heck? I mean, you don't have headphones
Well,
on, so you couldn't hear the music, but
oh, duh. No wonder I'm like, okay, it's so quiet.
where's our song? Where is the visuals? Like, what happened?
We're ready, but I guess this
Nothing.
isn't.
Nothing. Interesting. Okay, so that's how
Okay.
we're starting off our stream.
Right.
We'll fix that post production.
Uh,
Post production. We'll
yeah.
we'll figure that out.
Okay.
Hello, Rust friends. How is everyone?
Hi, everyone.
We are live right now on Facebook and on YouTube, also on Twitch. So if you do not follow us yet, head over to Hey Rest Friends on Twitch and you'll be able to watch our live streams that way. And this will be available in a audio. If you guys, I feel like there's a ghost here.
Is that what's going on?
I honestly think that there's a ghost here because see, now it's fine.
Right.
Now
I know.
we're okay.
Okay, hopefully it stays this way, please.
We're having technical difficulties on a Sunday morning, and honestly, es lo que nos faltaba. Because, Rest Friend, after the C2E2 days that we have had, I am exhausted.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's talk about it. Oh, at least I got the notification that we're live. I'm gonna just keep it up here on the. Can I hear it?
Just
Okay,
to make
perfect.
sure that we look
Just
right.
to make
Okay.
sure that we look good. I'm just gonna have it up on the side. But welcome to the podcast, guys. Rest
I
Friend, how,
promise.
how are you feeling, Rest Friend?
Just a little bit tired. I'm not gonna lie. I
Mhm.
am actually not a little bit. I am very tired.
Very?
Yes. I know that I'm not old. I'm only 32 years old, but I swear my body, the way it feels nowadays after events like going to C2E2 2 nights in a row,
Mhm.
I'm tired. But I am so happy to be here. And like there was not a part of me that was like, I want to cancel today. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, what is going on with the system? Because I actually wanted to be here.
We actually had so much to talk to you guys about.
Yes.
And now look at this. No, but I think it's getting itself together. There might be a lot of people streaming. Who knows?
True.
Who knows? But if you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Edie and this is Teddy, and we are your Rest
Rest
friends,
friends.
your wrestling friends, wrestling best friends, all that wrestling chisme. We got it here. And not just wrestling chisme this weekend. We also have pop culture information because we went to the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo C2E2. And our vlog is going to be coming out shortly. So that's what I'm
Yes.
going to be doing today. I'm going to be editing the vlog. We have so much content. We had such a good time. And let me tell you, my thighs feel it.
Your thighs are the ones that are feeling
Yep.
it. It's my feet for me. So it's like, you know what, restaurant? We just put my thighs and then your feet, and then we'll be fine. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
We'll switch it out.
Yes,
switch it out.
Switch it out.
Shout outs to Scott George, who's always
Hey,
watching. Thank you
Scott.
so much. Good morning, Rest
Scott
friends.
George, you send that message at 11:11. That's
Make
cool.
a wish. It's 11:12 now. I hope you made a wish. Well, maybe he sent that. Yeah, because we just saw it right now. So
Yeah.
we're behind. Sorry, Scott. But thank you so much for joining us and watching us this early on. I guess it's not early, right? I guess people
Yeah, you're right. I guess people already started their day forever ago.
are up, out and about. And I feel like that's how we were on Friday.
Yes.
Up early, out and about. I think I got up like at 6. I
Mhm.
don't know why. My brother was up since 5. My brother loves to be there when the C2E2 doors open.
Okay, yeah, no wonder you guys are always there way earlier than me. You guys are always there at least half an hour first than I am.
It was so funny, restaurant, because I was like, oh, maybe Teddy's going to beat us. Because you were like, oh, we're just going to Uber there.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it and I'm like, oh, the traffic. The traffic is really what's going to get
Yeah.
like super busy.
To be honest with you,
Mhm.
it wasn't bad, the traffic. Even, you know how usually there's like a lot of traffic where they drop you off right in
Mhm.
front of McCormick? There was no traffic. But I did tell the Uber driver, don't let these men yell at you because they are so mean.
They
But
are
no, there
mean.
was no traffic. But the thing is that you are always ready way earlier than me. And then I always have to go to the bathroom before I head out of my house. So that takes at least
Takes that a couple
5 more
A
minutes.
couple minutes. That's so funny. So the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo is basically that. It's Comic-Con. It's full of actors of all types, voice actors,
Yeah.
of tattoo artists, of artists in general, writers, actors, comedians, wrestlers.
Yes.
There's honestly so much that goes on there. And it took us 5 hours to go through the whole floor on Friday when we went. Mind you,
Mhm.
we have press passes. Shout outs to us. Shout outs to C2E2. Thank you for always having us back.
Yeah.
Because after the first year, I didn't think they were gonna have us back. They were
Yeah,
like,
no,
"You guys are not
same.
allowed here."
Same. I was like, okay, we got the press badges like once, and then
Mhm.
I'm like, well, let's enjoy it. You never know
Mhm.
when this is gonna happen again.
Mhm.
And here we are. I don't even know how many times we've done it already.
It's like five or 6 years,
Wow.
5-ish.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still gonna be there next year.
Absolutely. I think the only year that we broke our streak because we had just started going was the pandemic. That's when we stopped.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because
Because there was no year that they didn't have one that year. We went like a little bit after, and I think we had to wear masks.
I remember going obviously right before the pandemic was announced, like, oh,
Mhm.
there's a pandemic. We literally like 2 weeks before
Yeah.
that we were there.
Yeah.
Literally, like, I remember C2E2 happened, and 2 weeks later they had beds in there because they were using it as a hospital for people
From
that had
McCormick
COVID.
Place.
At
Yeah.
McCormick Place, yeah. And then I think it was the following year that there was no C2E2.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like I know that every year it's like the same nerdy stuff that we're into, right? Because they have billboards out in Chicago. I don't know if you ever saw them, restaurant that says C2E2. It's for the nerds.
I
And
haven't seen those. I think you posted one on your story.
I did, and it's true. It's true. It's just nothing but a bunch of happy nerds, happy to shop and meet some of their favorite people. Like, we've met people that are not wrestlers, right? We've met voice actors, and it's such a fun, cool thing to do. We've always thought about doing a tattoo, but who knows what process you got to go through to get a tattoo there.
Yeah, I think you have to like sign up on the website.
Okay, like make an appointment.
On, make an appointment, and you can't just show up and get tatted that day. I don't
Right.
believe,
Right.
because a lot of people are like from Ink Master, just reputable tattoo artists that are tattooing that day.
Yes.
Or that weekend, right? Because I mean,
Yes.
today
Yes.
technically is day 3.
Yeah.
We did not make it to day 3.
Even though we talked about it.
We did talk about it, but the way that I was feeling yesterday, I was like, I don't think so.
To be
I
honest.
don't think so.
I
And
feel-
I'm kind of glad we didn't go.
No, same. I feel like being at home, I'm like, I guess we can go. But yesterday while we were there, I'm like, I don't want to be here tomorrow. I don't want to do this again.
And not because it's not a great time. It's
Right.
fantastic. But Fridays are my favorite days because there's less people.
Yes.
You get to really see everything more because there's just more space to walk in. On Sunday is when everyone has their day off, is when everyone kind of goes and just walks around and they take their kids. And there's just so many people.
So many people. Like Friday, we got through that, like you said, like in 5 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the whole floor. Yesterday, probably we didn't even go through
We
the
didn't even
floor.
go to the floor. We
because
didn't go by our rows. We were just honestly trying to get what we said we were going to get, because Friday we had Windy City Riot, which I just forgot about till right now. We had Windy City Riot right after C2E2, so we had to, any purchase that we made, it had to be smaller than like a poster. It had to be pins. It had to be like little snacks, things that we could finish before we got to Wintrust Arena, because they were not going to let us in with food, with snacks. We didn't want to be carrying around art with us for hours. And it felt like, honestly, how long was the show? Like 2-3 hours?
I think it was like 3-ish.
Oh my God. It was like 3-hour show. Fantastic show, by the way.
It was such a good
amazing.
show.
The food we had before then at the arena, also fantastic.
Got us sleepy.
I was tired. I was so tired. But honestly, it did not help that we had just walked for 5 hours.
That's so true.
And I think we did like 11,000 steps, 12,000 steps. Something
That's
like that.
right.
Yeah.
Just
At the show.
Just at the show. Yeah.
Crazy
That's
stuff.
crazy. That's what we go through. And like we said, it's so much fun. And we love doing it every year. But when it's over, we're so glad it's over.
We're so glad it's over.
I
Yeah.
think our bodies are so glad it's over.
Yeah, and then a week from now, we're going to be like, oh, that was so much fun. Like, I mean, I'm still thinking about it like, oh my God, yesterday was so much fun. And Friday was so much fun.
Yeah.
It's just it takes a toll on your body.
It really, really does.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you know how we saw, we're going to talk about this later, but we saw Hiroshi Tanahashi at C2E2. And there was a point where I saw him walking away. He's probably go to get lunch. I don't know. And he was limping a little. And yesterday when I was home, I was thinking about that. And I'm like, I was limping a little bit because my foot was hurting, but it was a little bit. And I was like, I'm limping. But he wrestled. I'm like, I'm here limping like Tanahashi. But I'm like, he wrestled. I did nothing but walk. So the comparisons are not even.
The wrestlers, shout outs to you. Tanahashi.
Yes.
Zack Sabre Jr., Colt Cabana. Even though we didn't see Cabana wrestle.
No.
But you know what? He was working his ass off at the pro wrestling team.
Oh, yeah. He was doing his job there.
Getting his check. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout outs to Colt Cabana.
Shout outs to Colt Cabana. He's a rest friend. He doesn't know it yet, but he's a rest friend. He halfway knows it.
Yeah, I think he does halfway know it.
So I do want to talk about the people that we met.
Yes.
Because Windy City Riot was here at Wintrust Arena, that means that Pro Wrestling Tees had a lot of New Japan talent. And I'm talking about like Zack Sabre Jr., David Finley, Gabe Kidd. And today they have Chris Statlander. They have Willow. They had Kyle Fletcher, Sky Blue, Danhausen, Cole Cabana, Rocky Romero, Naito. Who else am I missing?
Tanahashi, David Finley. There's someone else. There was someone else. I have to remember who else it was.
Zack Sabre Jr.? Did I say Zack Sabre Jr.?
You did say Zack Sabre.
Sorry. Zack Sabre Jr.? Did I say?
All excited.
I love Zack Sabre Jr.
Takeshita. I'm like, there's someone else we're missing. Takeshita. Yes.
I'm so sorry, Takeshita. Speaking of him,
I think he said it's okay, I'm sure.
Let's put him up there because look at my picture with Takeshita.
Wow.
Guys. Oh, and Mina.
And Mina right there.
Mina was so adorable, so cute. Love her.
Long line.
Very girl,
long
you get
line.
your money.
We loved watching our girl make her money.
Period. Love that. Takeshita, fantastic. He was so nice. I was wearing my Konosuke Takeshita shirt, and he's like, "Thank you so much for buying my shirt." I said, "Thank you. Thank you, sir." He was so nice. Love him. And I wished him luck in his match, which he didn't need it because he won. Or maybe that's why he won, because I wished him luck.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. He looked very happy talking to you.
Great time.
Very
happy. He was very nice, and I was very appreciative that he was there. And I had talked to you before that I'm like, oh my God, maybe I won't want to meet Takeshita.
Yeah.
But then that day I was like, okay, I have to go, and that has to be the first thing that I do, because if not, I'm going to chicken out.
Yeah.
And we went, we did our couple rows, and then as soon as we found the Pro Wrestling Tees table, we took the picture. And I was so glad that I took the picture, because when he was in Vegas for Double or Nothing, I went to Fan Fest, but I got there maybe like an hour or two late. And people were doing meet and greets for free, right? Photo ops. So they don't announce who's going to do the free photo ops. They'll just be like, hey, this person's going to be there for free, whatever. I think the event started like at 10. We got there like at 11:30. And then I get to the event, and I'm looking at like the hashtags and stuff for FanFest. And Takeshita was the first person there to do free meet and greets, photo ops. And I was so mad. I was like, really? The one time? I was like, Takeshita's one of the wrestlers that I absolutely was on my list to meet. There was other wrestlers where I was kind of like, if I meet him, great. If I don't, that's also fine. But Takeshita, 10 out of 10. Lovely. Hope you guys watch this on video, because then you can see the picture. But you can also see it on my Instagram. It's also up there. But man, great time. And then, best friend.
Yes, best friend.
We had to meet Cole Cabana.
Yes, we did, of course.
We had to meet Cole Cabana. And look at how cute we look.
Look at how happy he looks. Love it. And Takeshita's there too. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Oh, the Outrunners were also there. Look at.
We did forget about the Outrunners.
I'm so sorry. I love the Outrunners. Oh my goodness. Cole Cabana is so hilarious.
Yeah.
So hilarious.
He takes me out. Sometimes he says things and I'm like.
Yeah, sometimes he says things and I'm like, interesting.
It's the Chicago humor. He for sure has a Chicago humor, Wrestfriends.
Interessante. Chicago boy. Two Chicago girls.
Exactly.
It made sense.
I wonder if we're ever talking and people just hear.
Yeah. People will probably like, why are they talking so much? Why are they such good friends?
Ask Colt Cabana.
Ask Cole Cabana about Wrestfriends. Okay,
he's gonna watch this. Like, why are they talking about me so much?
He's gonna be like, God damn, is this the Cole Cabana episode? Jesus.
It is a Cole Cabana episode.
It is.
It's a Cole Cabana intro.
And I remember, so like C2E2 has an app that lets you see all of the schedule, and you can kind of like add things that are going on to your schedule. So I kind of had like a preset schedule, which we didn't use at all, mind you. I was like, 30 minutes to this. And I was like, oh, whatever. Like,
yeah. And we never did any of the activities we wanted to do.
We were supposed to make friendship bracelets on Friday. We were supposed to play Pokemon Bingo.
We were supposed to play Pokemon Bingo. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's okay. We had a blast.
Yeah. There was a lot of panels and speeches going on. I think I had a comedy show. I was like, I don't know if it was like Friday or Saturday. But we went to Windy City Riot, and then Cole Cabana was not there, which I was like, Colt, I thought you had a match. What is this? You could at least wrestle in your own town, sir. But he was doing comedy, which I get it. He also loves comedy, so that makes sense. Couldn't hold it against him.
No, of course not. But yeah, you know what? Now that I remember that you mentioned the panels, we didn't do any panels this year. And usually we will go like to
one
panel. Yeah, but I didn't see anything that we would have been into.
Craziness. Do you have anything else to say about Cocobana?
I
And he was great.
just that he was great. Everyone knows that already, I guess.
Sorry, I went off camera to get rid of my gum because I felt when I was talking I couldn't.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Great. That's all I have to say. Shout out to you,
too.
Cocobana. Thank you for
Always being so
Cocobana.
sweet.
He's always
Always
so
so
sweet.
sweet.
He shook our hands when we got there. Like, such a nice guy, such a wholesome person. Really hardworking man.
Yes. We also sometimes bump into him. I hope he doesn't think we're stalking him because I swear
you
we'll be minding
remember?
our business.
I always remember we were at the comedy show and he
Yes.
came out of that door and I was what
You said it.
I said,
"Who's
"Oh my
that,
God."
Cocobana?"
Oh yeah.
And it was
And it was
Cocobana.
Coco, and I was like, "Oh my God, Cocobana." And Colt turns around and he's like, "Where?"
Such a
Great time.
Yeah.
But Rest Friend, you
Yeah.
also met some people
I
from
did.
New Japan.
I did.
I want to start with the picture that you and Sergio took.
Crazy. Okay.
So let's
That's a
put
good
that
one.
up on the screen. I hope that you guys are watching this part of the podcast. At least go to YouTube so you can see these pictures all together in one place.
Yeah.
Rest Friend, tell me what was going through your mind as we're in line to buy the tickets.
I have butterflies as
When we walk in, like mentally, are you like, yes, I'm taking this picture? Because you had originally purchased Naito first.
Naito, yes.
So talk to me. What was going on?
Naito was the plan originally, even though just like you with Takeshita yesterday, I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. For some reason, I was so nervous, but obviously I was going to. Like, I don't know if we'll ever again get the opportunity to meet in Tanahashi and Naito, right? But yes, I got my ticket, which they didn't let us buy it till like half an hour before he was gonna arrive. Got my ticket, got in line, and as much as we talked about meeting Tanahashi, we had already spent a little bit of money at C2E2 the week, like Friday and yesterday, that I was like, we'll see. I don't know. We were in line for Naito, and I kept seeing Tanahashi just sitting there meeting some fans, and I was like, he looks like he's so sweet to fans. No, he was so sweet, and he told me thank you. I told him I love him, and yeah, we took the picture. He was very, very nice. Very good energy. This man had, honestly, very, very cool, very dope. That's all I have to say.
I was cracking up because I don't think he even had like a nameplate. It was just we were like, okay, yeah, Tanahashi's there.
He didn't,
But
yeah.
then there was a little piece of white paper with somebody wrote on it, President.
He did. So he didn't have anything in the beginning, and then little by little, signs kept appearing.
Shut up! That's what he was doing. I thought he was signing
Yes,
autographs. I saw him.
no. He put like a nameplate that said Hiroshi Tanahashi, and then another one that said Mr. President. Or the president.
Yeah.
And then another one that said the ace. And yeah.
I didn't see it.
He's so silly.
That is so funny.
He's so silly.
Also, I was cracking up because while we were at the New Japan show, they were playing these ads, right? Like these promos for like merch and stuff. And he was in all of them.
Yeah.
And just so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. So when I remember had explained Tanahashi to me, you're like, oh, he's basically like the John Cena of New Japan.
Of New Japan.
And I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense because I could definitely see a world where John Cena is so goofy.
Absolutely.
He's very silly.
And like they will put John Cena's face on everything, and that's Tanahashi in New Japan. I feel like one day I need to show you more ads that they be having in New Japan Restaurant because they're so silly. Like
I wish we could like react to them here.
I wish so too.
Without getting
copyrighted.
I
wish so too. New Japan would send us a message immediately.
They'd be like, cease and desist. Actually, we're taking your whole channel.
They would take the entire channel. No.
I feel like they would give us some leniency because they're going to be like, well, they did take some pictures with New Japan people.
Yeah.
They did go to the show. They took our survey. We took the survey, guys. We got a free wallpaper.
Yes, we
Tanahashi and Takeshita, period.
We did take a survey that asked us how long have we been wrestling fans for, and it's for
we were
more
like,
than 20 years.
Click that one.
Crazy.
That was so much fun. So much fun on
Insane.
Friday. And you also got to take a picture with Naito. Oh my goodness. Were you nervous?
I
Were
was
you
very
scared?
nervous, and you can tell by my post because I didn't know what post to do. I immediately when I meet a I don't know if this is what you do to a restaurant, but when I'm gonna meet like someone, a wrestler, when you're gonna get close to the picture, sometimes they'll put their arm around you and sometimes they won't. So I'm always waiting for that. Am I gonna put my arm around them too or not? He didn't, so then I didn't. I didn't know what to do, so I just stood there all happy. But I was very excited. I feel like no one around me existed. It was just him and I. I remember you taking the picture, and that's all I remember. Like I don't remember seeing anybody else. I got to look him in the eye, and that was I will never forget this, and I love watching like the pictures that
Mhm.
you took, where you can tell he's literally looking at me as I'm telling him like I love this man.
Mhm.
I love Naito. And I told him that. I kept telling him like I love you so much, and I also told him like I got into New Japan because of you, and he was just like, "Thank you so much." He was so sweet. He did not take his eyes away from my eyes. He was staring at my
Eye
eyes.
contact. I love when wrestlers have
Ah,
eye
I
contact.
loved that so much. I felt that love. I'm like, I hope he remembers my face.
I hope you remember. You're so funny talking about how you think about how you're gonna pose, what you're gonna do with the wrestler, right? Because the day before, I was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna pose with Takeshita.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I'm going to like. I don't think he's gonna put like his arm or
Hmm.
whatever like around me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my hands in front of me and I'm gonna be cute and I'm gonna pop my hip like this and it's gonna be such a cute
Yes.
picture, right?
Yes.
And Takeshita took my side of the picture.
Yeah.
So he took the left side, and
The
I'm like,
where you had
yeah, the way where I
practiced.
had practiced. So then we get there, and I'm like, oh, he's on that side. I was like, he probably like that's his good side. That he
Yeah.
wants to be on that side. So I was like, oh my god, now what am I gonna do? So then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do on this side, and then I just put, and then in the video you can see it because we took videos, but like you can see where I like, do I put my hand on him? Do I not put my hand on him? And I just put my hand. You can see it, I just put my hand on his little bracito like this, just like this, like a
Oh
little
my
like lay,
god. Yeah, just like a little.
really like just like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah. I love that for us, you know?
But you give it thought and stuff, and you
Yes.
also, we look at other people to be like, oh, okay, well, how are they interacting with other fans?
Yes.
Like, what are they posing? What are they doing?
Yeah.
So we can kind of be like, okay, this is what we can or can't do.
Yes.
Uh huh.
To me, that's very crucial because
Yeah.
I mean, I also wanted to see if Naito was gonna be nice to the fans or not, because you just never know. You never
Mhm.
know with their personalities, and yeah, he was being very, very nice to fans that you can tell were nice, because we did see a couple fans in line that had bags
Okay,
of
the
stuff.
not the first
It was
person,
the
the
first two.
second person. Yeah, I think the first person, yes, but the second person had a bag. That's when the guy
Oh, that
had the
was the
bag.
second person, because there
Yes.
was two people.
Because I think, yeah, the first one was, I think, a girl, and she got some like stuff signed, which was like two or three things. Great. The second guy had a whole bag. And I get it if you're going to sell autographs or if you're going to,
I
maybe
don't
he was
get it.
from a company or whatever. Like, maybe some other table that had pro wrestlers, because we know there was other tables that had wrestlers there. And maybe like, okay, we'll have this stuff signed and we can sell it here. But get to the back of the line, because other people are taking pictures. Other people want their actual stuff that they have that they're going to keep from Naito. They want that signed. So just for future reference. And then I feel like there's no way that person paid that much money to have every single thing autographed. He was probably like, oh, I'll just autograph this.
No,
We'll pay
definitely
once.
not. I don't know. You're so much better than me, best friend, because I don't like people that do that. I don't care if you're selling and making money off of it.
Mhm.
I think you need to get a job.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
he was being very nice to all the fans. I feel like with those people, he did autograph everything. He
Everything.
wasn't rude about
Also,
it.
he's very patient.
Very patient, very
patient man.
chill. And I'm like, you know what? That's why I've always felt that connection with Naito,
Mhm.
because that's who I am.
Scott George, thank you so much for commenting. He says the man for Naito. And then back to the picture with Tanahashi. He says mad disrespect for the president.
Why? What did we say?
No, like, I don't know.
Did we?
I thought he said like he does not like. Scott, you better elaborate, because
Yeah, I'm like, did we say something
I
wrong?
don't think we said anything.
I don't think so either.
Crazy.
But yeah, that was the weekend with the.
Oh, maybe because they didn't have the signs. His little.
Oh, you know what? There was a couple little hiccups that we noticed at the.
You know what? There was some things that were not being run properly.
But
David Finley didn't know that he had to come out to sign autographs. He got there and it was 2:00. That's when he was set to sign. And I guess nobody told him, hey, you can just come out.
everyone was just waiting for
Everybody's
David
just
Finley.
waiting for David Finley.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get it. There's some organization stuff. There's miscommunication. And that does happen. But I mean, that's all I can say.
They're gonna call you. Everything. Do you want to come work?
They already send me my shit late. Pro Wrestling Tees. I live here. Oh yeah, see about not having a name tag for him.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But we can only say so much. That
Yeah.
I can't run. I can't. You could take my thoughts and think about having somebody. Hey, just running the schedule. No other comment. Restaurant, do you have anything to say?
No, but I do want to remind you, Zack Sabre Jr. left early.
Oh my God. Zack Sabre Jr. cracks me up. He was supposed to be there from like 11 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
He left at 1:40. I had his little backpack on. And I was like, what if I was in line right now to get a ticket to Zack Sabre Jr.? Zack's gone.
Yeah, no, he walked away.
He walked away. I got to see him. Mind you, I was not going to take a picture with Zack Sabre Jr. I had made that executive decision. First time we saw him, I was like, hey, I'm fine. Do you remember? I was like, I'm good.
But you know what? Now that I remember, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, Edie felt this way because she knows she's going to meet him possibly later. Me over here, I'm like, I'm not going to get that opportunity. I'm like, I should have taken a picture with Zack Sabre Jr., but I'm sure I'll see Zack Sabre Jr. again.
We're going to have the opportunity to meet him. He'll be back.
No, for sure.
He'll be back.
For sure. Sergio just reminded me that Gabe Kidd was drinking. Remember that?
Oh my God.
More than one beer, more than 2 beers.
Gabe Kidd was cracking me up because there was 3 beers.
3 beers.
3 beers.
When we won, yeah.
I mean, but honestly.
Good for him.
I told Teddy, I was like, if I was going to be interacting with fans all day,
absolutely,
I might need a beer as well.
Absolutely. Like an edible before and then some beers.
Said I might need a couple options.
Yes, no, literally. Yeah.
But the lines were long. It seemed like Pro Wrestling Tees was busy with all the people. And I think this is the most talent that they've ever brought.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Like so many different talent for different days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm so happy that C2E2 again finally started to feel like the beginning. Remember when the first 2 C2E2s that we went to were so much fun, and that's the reason why we keep going back. Because of those C2E2s. But no, this year definitely felt like the old times again. There was just so much to do, so much talent to me if you wanted to. They're not expensive. The tickets were not expensive. So
even the 3-day ones, you could get a whole 3-day pass.
A whole 3-day pass.
Tickets for kids are cheaper. Though I mean, parents who take their kids, I know are spending so much money.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Because we spend so much money and it's just on us.
Sergio says the mic is acting up.
Which one? Ours?
Maybe
we're just...
Is there problems, y'all?
Y'all better tell us if there's issues.
Please.
We will figure it out. Also, because there's technical difficulties. I mean, this is what I love about a live show, right? They'll tell you what's going on in the moment. So shout out to you, Wrestfriends Sergio. Let's put your picture back up on there. That's Cole Cabana. Sorry, wrong picture, Sergio. That's you.
Also, Sergio is so sweet because he did not. I say this is sweet. He didn't talk to Tanahashi. He shook his hand, took the picture.
Okay.
But he let me do all the interacting.
This is what was so funny to me, Wrestfriend, because as I was just watching the whole thing, you would have thought he had a whole conversation with Sergio.
You said you thought that Sergio had a conversation with him.
Because Sergio was like nodding his head, like, and I would see Tanahashi's mouth, and I'm like, okay, he's having a conversation with Sergio. Great.
Yeah.
No, and you say he didn't say a word.
No, he didn't. They literally just shook hands. I did all the talking. But I'm assuming that when I was talking to Tanahashi would also look at him or something. I don't know. I don't remember.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You know why we're having mic problems?
What is it?
Because we're not using the right mic. Wonderful. There should be the mic that now pops up.
Oh my gosh. So what were people hearing?
This mic on that one.
Oh, instead of...
For 29 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Wrestfriend, that you figured that out.
Let's start the show over.
Hey, Wrestfriend.
No, you know what's crazy?
Wait.
This one is picking up the right audio for audition. So we'll figure it out.
Sergio, thumbs up. Thank you, babe.
What a day.
You know what? Forgive us.
What a day.
Forgive us.
Honestly, we're halfway done with the show, Wrestfriend.
You know what?
We're just gonna call
Goodbye, Wrestfriend. We need John Cena energy.
We need John Cena energy. But you know what? It's okay, because if you're watching this live, it's just a bit static, nothing major. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
So cute, bedazzled. You can't see me.
It's okay. When this goes, the podcast version is, oh my God, and the screen keeps going black. Can I tell you? That's going on right now.
Yeah.
This happened when I was interviewing Kurt Angle. Yeah.
That must have been stressful.
I was so panicked, and not the audio problems, but right now we're having like some visual problems, and I mean, I guess also audio problems. Thank you, Sergio. Honestly, we need Sergio here. Sergio is our third producer. I can only imagine what it sounds like on Twitch.
Oh no, not the Twitch.
Best friend.
Oh no. It's okay. It's
I'm gonna have
okay.
to do. I just need 10 minutes after.
Meditating.
No, just I'm gonna change the audio
Oh,
to
okay.
this and then
Okay.
upload that on YouTube
Okay.
and have that be Lord Jesus.
I think we're gonna say you needed like some time to meditate or something after this. It's gonna be okay.
It's okay. We'll hear it back. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, it didn't sound too terrible when we first like logged in. Now it
Right,
just
I mean, you were
now
listening.
it would just sound so much clearer probably.
Right. Okay. So it would just sound like I'm a little bit far away. Probably.
Honestly, if Mario, wait till I tell Mario. You know what he's gonna say?
Congratulations.
Yeah. Speaking of Mario from Lucha Outsiders, shout outs to him because we were thinking about him all weekend. And clearly Sergio was too, because we mentioned Mario once and Sergio was like, what?
Yeah. Literally, the moment we said the name Mario, Sergio's like, huh?
False alarm, Sergio. He was not there. Crazy. He's probably gonna like that picture. He's probably gonna be like, oh my God. Good brother Sergio.
Good brother Sergio.
Good brother Sergio looks so cool.
We sound like haters.
I think we're a little bit haters.
No, for sure.
A little bit haters. Okay, let's end
Yes.
the show talking about our WrestleMania predictions. And we will have a C2E2 vlog coming out, like I said, guys. So if you want more content on that, you'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to see some of the videos from us actually meeting the wrestlers, just little clips. But I mean, there was so much art. There was so many actors. There were so many people. There were so many people cosplaying. Joe
Yes.
Hendry. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I
Joe
totally
Hendry.
forgot about that.
I was like walking down a little aisle and I see a guy and I'm like, interessante. I think that's Joe Hendry. And my brother was like, is that Joe Hendry? And I'm like, yes, it is. And I'm like looking for Teddy. I'm like, best friend.
I only
best
saw the
friend."
back of his head.
I think he was going to the washroom because his table was right in that aisle. We also saw Matt Hardy,
Yes.
Rikishi.
Yes. I had to see Jerry the King Lawler against my own will. I had no
Yeah.
idea he was there, so then I see him and I'm like, ooh,
Sometimes you kind of have to blink
jump scare.
for a long time.
Gosh.
Close your eyes. Kind of
Walked
like
away immediately.
kind of like that. But yeah, let's what anything else?
I was just gonna say that now that you mentioned Joe Hendry, at the New Japan show, ELP was there, right? I was gonna say El Desperado, wrong guy, but ELP was there. And Wrestfriend, I really thought I was watching Joe Hendry. Like he looked like Joe Hendry to me.
People
And
in
then
the back
fans
were
started
yelling. I was
saying
like,
it, and in
"Not
my
Joe
head,
Hendry."
I was like, "Yup, I see it too." I really kept thinking we were watching Joe Hendry wrestle.
That is so funny. Craziness.
But yes, that is all on C2E2.
Okay, let's talk about WrestleMania, which is literally next week. Few days. They already announced what matches are going to be night 1, what matches are going to be night 2, and main eventing on night 1 is going to be Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. And this is going to be a triple threat match, best friend.
Yeah.
Interessante.
Very interesting. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins.
Do you have anybody that you're specifically rooting for?
Rollins.
Same.
Always.
Oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
just ready for the fit. I know his
Me
WrestleMania
too.
fit is going to be fantastic.
Me too. I'm ready for the fan. I'm ready for everything that Seth
Mhm.
Rollins related.
Yeah.
I'm ready for him to beat CM Punk.
Scott is saying Seth wins.
Period.
I would hope so, but I think that's not going to happen. I
Who
think
do
they're
you
going to
think
give
is-
the win to CM Punk
I think so too.
to give him his WrestleMania
His
moment.
WrestleMania moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so too.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say after that.
Let's talk about the WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. This feud has been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because there has been reports that have come out saying that the women went off of script and they kind of talked about each other's personal lives, and the Chicago crowd was not at all favoring Charlotte. They came out in kind of the same outfit, and that was just not great.
I was not a fan of that, to be honest
It
with
was
you.
weird. You know what? The promos that they had cut before, where it was like the side-by-side screen,
Yeah.
I didn't mind those. I thought
Right.
those were fine.
Right.
But seeing them together in the ring and actually just cutting this promo, I was like, interessante.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how I feel about this.
Same. I feel like as women, I feel like that. I don't know. Now
it
that
didn't
we
sit well with me.
it didn't.
Coming
Yes,
from both women.
exactly. Coming
Yeah.
from both women, and especially hearing afterwards that there was possibly a little bit personal. I was like, oh, girls,
Girls,
I-
please.
Yeah, no, I was not a fan of that.
Joe Wrestling, thank you so much for watching. He says, hello, Wrestle
Hello,
friends.
Joe.
Hello. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Scott George says, Punk and Roman are too occupied with each other. Heyman gets tired of it. That's why I pick Seth. Interesting. Yeah, because they are
Okay.
kind of, they have to have a custody battle over Paul Heyman at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell
Kind of
Paul
do.
Heyman he wants to go somewhere
Who wants to
else.
pick? Tiffany has to retain after what happened. I was kind of, I guess I was on the boat of like, whoever wins, I'm fine with it. I don't mind Charlotte having that championship belt because she is a champion. Like, she has proven herself more than worthy
For sure.
to be a champion. I do get it that people are very anti Charlotte of like, oh, they're always giving her opportunities. They're always throwing her into the limelight. But she delivers.
Yeah.
And I can't be mad at that when she
Yeah.
delivers. If she was a bad wrestler, if she had no charisma, like, I'd be like, why do you keep giving her opportunities? But I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But I do see why people are upset that other women are not getting shine.
Yes, I agree. That's what
Mhm.
I was going to add. I love Charlotte as well, and I love them giving her all these opportunities. But at the same time, I can see how to the other women it can come off as you just got here again. You were gone for so long. You just got here. You're going for the championship, and it's not sitting well on the fans. You know, not only that promo,
Mhm.
but that promo with Tiffany. It's just yeah, I do really hope that it's Tiffany that retains. I feel like I want Charlotte to win the championship again. I just don't think this is the moment. Not yeah, I just don't think this is the moment.
Craziness.
Yeah.
True craziness. But who do you think takes it then? Are you
I
thinking
th-
it's going to be Tiffany or Charlotte?
I am really hoping it's Tiffany. I think it's
Mhm.
gonna be Tiffany.
Same. I think Tiffany's going to pick up the win. I think maybe this will build Charlotte up to do something
Yes.
else.
Yes.
But right now, I think Tiffany, even without the title, she's got Tiffy time.
Yeah.
She was Miss Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she really made her name known this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's got good stuff coming up. But that's gonna be on night one. Also on night one, we are getting a United States Championship match. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. This one I feel like is what is it, the underdog of the card.
Yeah.
I feel like people are going to be very surprised
Mm-hmm.
with how good this match is
Mm-hmm.
because Jacob Fatu, great wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight, great wrestler.
Great.
So,
WWE loves LA Knight. WWE Universe loves LA
yeah,
Knight.
I love LA Knight.
You love LA Knight, okay?
Love LA Knight. Oh my God. Scott saying, honestly, if her personal life is still bothering her, she has to get it straightened out. I'm a Charlotte fan too, but her brain is elsewhere. Okay, let me say something. Personal lives and wrestling has always gone hand in hand. Let's talk about one of the biggest storylines out there. Edge, Matt Hardy, Lita,
I still can't believe they actually turned that into a story too. But yeah,
John Cena, Nikki Bella.
yeah,
That stuff always gets intertwined. And yes, I know personally Charlotte is going through some things, but we can't hold that against her.
we can't hold it against her. But you know what? I can see how her personal life came out in that promo too. I
Mhm.
feel like that's what ruined that promo. That her personal feelings really came out, and that's how you could tell that she got really butthurt.
Mhm.
And that's why she said what she said to Tiffany, which
I
wasn't
would be butthurt
great.
too. I would have, honestly, I would have beat her ass. Honestly.
Now you acting like CM Punk
No,
now.
no, because it's I get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes your feelings get the best of you, right?
True, they're human,
And
right?
they're all human, and I get it. Both women were wrong.
Yeah, I think the comments they both made were absolutely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what people should take away from this episode. It was both a no.
Yeah, yes.
It was a both
I
a no.
know.
But if that, I'm telling you, if that was a situation that you were in, if someone was talking, basically saying shit about you,
I mean,
you're not gonna be like, well, what?
yeah, I don't know how I would have acted. I
Yeah.
don't know if I would have been professional or not.
Exactly.
But because I am not professional, I definitely think I would have been like, bitch, fuck you. The fuck?
Mind you, these are our opinions.
Right,
This
right.
is just us saying things. We respect both women. They're both so talented, so great. We love what they do in wrestling. And I don't want this to come off as like we don't like them.
No,
We
I don't
just
think
don't
so. I
like
think
the
we've been.
situation
I think
that went down.
I think we were very clear on that, Rest
Yeah.
friend. That yeah, we just did not like
'Cause I
the
feel
way
like
they
sometimes we
talked
just
to
need
each
to
other.
clarify.
Yeah, you're right.
Just because some people
Right, they're
will
gonna
take
put
it
a
wrong.
clip
They're
of
gonna clip.
us.
I would have beat her ass. That is not at all what we're saying. But man, back to LA Knight
Yeah.
and Jacob Fatu.
Who do you think is gonna win?
I think they might give it to Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
And I'm only saying this is because the bloodline is really hot right now.
Yeah.
And they're really trying to get Jacob out there.
Mm-hmm.
I would say so. I think LA Knight has had some wonderful matches. He's great. But yeah, this US championship, could you imagine the bloodline with just one title right now? Because Solo would kind of be like, well, what about me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that they have the possibility to build something. Also, wait a minute. Now that we're talking about the bloodline, The Rock posting a picture in a New Japan Pro Wrestling t-shirt.
That's right.
With a Rubik's Cube. And also, someone had reminded me that last year he trademarked a bunch of names.
Did he?
Yeah. I don't remember what the names were, but they were like, oh, he was trademarking some stuff.
What are people speculating after this picture?
That he's going to show up in New Japan. I'm thinking
What is The Rock gonna do in New Japan?
he could show up. Their next show is, I thought, was in Ontario, Canada. It's in Ontario, California.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I did not even know there was an Ontario, California. But it makes sense. California, that's where The Rock's at. He could show up to do what? I don't know.
Yeah, that I guess.
I don't know. I don't know.
I have nothing
But
to say about
stranger things have happened.
that.
right?
Facts and wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very.
Jacob Fatu is definitely going to win, says Joe Wrestling.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Let's talk about some heat, some fire. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. And the story that has been building since Elimination Chamber, since we found out who actually attacked Naomi and took her out of commission for a little bit, having it been Naomi, which I kind of thought it was going to be still like Bianca and Naomi. And no, Naomi was like, nope, it was all me. I did it. I did it.
I love her for that. I absolutely love her for that.
And she's been taking ownership of like this new character that she's got. She's got some edge. It's really different to the Naomi that we're kind of used to. There's no more glow. The fits are just fitting now. Like she came out, I think the most recent look that she had was a whole bunch of razor blades in her hair with like a razor blade necklace. Wrestfriend, I was like, oh my God, amazing. I thought it was not going to get better than the caution tape that she had. That looked incredible. But I think every week she's been getting better at her promos. Yeah. Better at the looks. The acting, spot on.
Oh, yes.
Incredible.
Yes. I love Naomi in this feud so much. And Jade as well. I feel like it's put Jade in such a different spotlight. Jade has had the spotlight since she debuted in WWE. But I feel like this feud has, I don't know, I feel like she stepped it up. As great as she was doing, to me, she's just doing so much better in this feud. But Naomi, yeah. I'm so glad that she's finally having this room for and this opportunity to show us who Naomi is. Like all these years that she's been in WWE, with this feud, I'm enjoying this so much. I love it for her.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that she comes out on top.
Yeah, me too.
I like Jade. Love Jade. I think she's great. But I think a win for Naomi would be crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Crazy good. I hope that that's the outcome that we get. Again, these are all the matches that are going to be on night one. We also have a tag team match. The War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, are going to face Kofi and Xavier Woods, New Day. Do you have a preference?
The New Day, for sure.
Wins? The New Day?
Yeah.
Okay. Same. I don't really have a lot to say about this match.
Me neither, but definitely New Day.
Definitely New Day, even though they're bad guys right now.
Right. That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind that. You know, they can't all be good.
Exactly.
Right? Next, we have El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. Which I think this is going to be a fun match.
I hope so.
Chad Gable.
Right.
Chad Gable, who's not going to be in the match.
Right.
But he's fantastic.
Yeah, no.
He's great. That match that he had against Penta, he was giving lucha.
Yeah.
Giving lucha. And honestly, the way that he wrestles before did make me think of like, this is very lucha style.
The way he just like adapted.
Yes.
Respect.
Mad respect for Chad Gable. Mad respect for Gran Americano. I think this is going to be a fantastic match, but I do think that Rey's going to get the win.
I hope so. That's who I'm going for. That's who I hope wins. I do also think Rey is going to pick up the win, but obviously giving the win to Gran Americano would put his character more up there, you know?
Crazy.
Yeah.
man, if they give that win to him, he's gonna never change his gimmick. He's gonna, you know what was
You-
funny? I had seen someone kind of like dream or like fantasy book this, and they were like, "Oh, actually, we wanted it to be like Gran Americanos in the ring has like an open challenge, and El Generico comes in.
Oh wow.
That would have been crazy, right?
A Generico coming out. Oh my god. I feel like that would shake the
Oh
arena.
my god, people would be like, "What's going on right now?"
Absolutely. Even the people that don't know what's going on, that
Because
they
then people would
don't
be like,
know.
"Is that Sami Zayn?" The kids, "Mom, who is that?"
Yeah. No, that would be crazy.
Oh my god, that would be so good. So good. And then we're also going to get a World Heavyweight Championship match. Gunther versus Jey Uso. And Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. And
Oh my gosh, that's right.
yeah, he beat John Cena. That's the only reason I remember it, because he was the last one. I was like, oh my god, crazy that they're giving it to Jay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Flashback.
Yeah.
And then since he picked Gunther, Gunther has kind of been making his life a living hell,
Yeah.
basically torturing him every other week, fighting his brother.
Mm-hmm.
He was fighting Jimmy at one point. I think Jimmy smacked the shit out of Gunther one time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Saturday will be Jey Uso's time. Yeet. Man, do
Can
we
I
think
say
so? I mean, do you give him a Rumble moment and also a Mania win? I think so, right? The merch, the visual of
Right.
everybody, restaurant, just based on the
Yes.
visual alone, I think Jey Uso would win.
I could see that happening because of, again, the WWE Universe fans love Jey Uso,
Yeah.
but that's not the outcome I would want. I feel like, damn, Gunther losing to Jey Uso. I don't know. Can I say that again? I know that people love Jey Uso. You can tell, right? Sergio, oh my gosh,
You know what?
huge Jey Uso hater.
Call Sergio right now. We'll put it.
You have something to say, Restaurant?
No, so he can give us his
Oh,
thoughts.
so he can give us his thoughts.
Yeah, we're gonna need him to
No,
phone in,
we don't need them to listen to what he says.
because people are gonna be like, "Wow, Sergio, I really want you to start a podcast and you to have your own show, and it's gonna be named, I don't know, if Sergio had a podcast, what would it be called?"
Wrestfriends, to be honest, it would either be something nerdy or something dark.
Mind you, I know we bring up Sergio a lot, guys. If you don't know who Sergio is, if you're just joining us, this
He's my first husband.
first.
Just kidding. He's my husband. He's my husband, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
silly. I'm silly.
I'm yelling.
But yeah, that's what we're talking about. Sergio is my
Mhm.
husband, who's a huge wrestling fan, way bigger wrestling fan than I am.
Who educates us a lot?
Educates us a lot. He's educated me a lot. He's the reason I watch stuff outside of WWE.
Mhm.
When growing up, I only knew WWE. I got with him, and he taught me about New Japan, and I was like, "Excuse me, what? What is this? No, I don't like this." And then I liked it, obviously.
And I have to thank Sergio, because you know all that. That's why I know all that.
Yes,
Like,
the information has been
the
passing
information has
down.
been relayed. And let me tell you, when I first started, I remember the first time you mentioned the Young Bucks. I was like, "Who are the Young Bucks? What is going on?"
Rest friend, let
And I
me
had
tell
to
you.
Google, and I was like, okay, Young Bucks, and like some matches would pop up, and I'm like, oh my god, these guys are cool. What would happen if they ever went against the Hardy Boys? Could you imagine that? That's what I was saying, best friend.
Yeah,
Not
I-
knowing that they fucking fought the Hardy Boys. I'm so sorry I swore on here, but that they had fought the
They-
Hardy Boys before.
I do remember that.
And then things start connecting when I watched NXT. Also, I got into NXT because of you. And then you guys would say, "Oh, Ring of Honor," and I'm like, "Ring of Honor? What's Ring of Honor?" And then everyone talks about like, "Oh, Seth Rollins and Adam Cole and everybody was there." And then AEW comes along, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, Bullet Club!" And I was like, "What the heck is Bullet Club?" Like Finn Balor. Like, when things start connecting, everything is just so cool.
Yeah,
So
it
cool.
is. Can I share that that's how Finn Balor's how I got into NXT because,
Mhm.
well, Sergio had talked about Finn Balor. I had started watching NXT. Sergio started talking about Finn Balor, and then there was rumors about Balor coming to WWE, which his name was Prince Devitt, right,
Mhm.
in New Japan. And I was like, well, who's this guy? I don't care, babe. I'm like, he's not in WWE. I don't care. And Sergio was like, well, he's coming to WWE, and I'm like, okay, I don't care.
Okay.
He comes to NXT, and bam, I fall in love with Finn Balor. And then he starts talking about some young. Oh no, I see the Young Bucks on social media wearing shirts that look like the New Day, like they're mocking the New Day. And I was like, I don't like these guys. And Sergio's like, oh my gosh, that's the Young Bucks. They're this, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't like them. Why are they mocking the
The New Day,
the New
yeah.
Day? And he's like, they have a feud. You know, they're friends in real life. I'm like, I don't care. I don't like them. And bam, I fall in love with the Young Bucks.
So crazy.
So crazy. So
So
yeah,
crazy.
that's all thanks to Sergio. He's taught me all these things that then I've been able to pass down to Edie till this day.
Shout out to Sergio. 10 out of 10. Let's go to WrestleMania Night 2. I'm so glad I didn't put the picture of Cole Cabana up again because that would have been crazy. I'd be like, there's Sergio. Oh, not Sergio. That's Cole Cabana. Let's talk about WrestleMania Night 2. We have an undisputed championship match. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. This is going to be the main events. This is the night that I'm going to, Russ Friend.
Right. Oh, that's so crazy. I want to shake you.
Russ
You're
Friend,
gonna be
John Cena
there.
and Cody?
That's
crazy.
crazy. It's like you were freaking meant to be there.
That's so crazy. John Cena? I can't believe people are going to boo
Best
him.
friend,
That's what pisses me off. I'm like, you really made John Cena heel his last WrestleMania? Like, this is the time after finally everybody had gotten on board. Everybody was like, thank you, Cena. Everybody was like, yeah, John Cena, we love you. There was no boos in the crowd. And then you turn him heel, and now look at what we got. And then they also, let me see what happened. Do you remember they were like, oh, we're not going to get any new John Cena merch?
Yeah.
And then they released a shit ton of ugly John Cena merch.
Yes, I do. Best friend, let me let me tell you that I absolutely love how personal you take it that people are booing John Cena.
Absolutely.
Because that shows how much you love him. And I feel you because when that happens with Hangman, when people were being mean to Hangman and booing him and stuff, I was like, ew. I was mad. And here you are. Like, don't boo John Cena. Best friend, it's okay. You enjoy it.
I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to
F
have
the
a great
booze.
time. I'm going to cheer both of them, but
Yeah,
I'm going to cheer one a little bit more. So, who do you think would take this win, Cody or Cena? This is a tough one.
It is a real tough
Because
one.
right now, Cody is the champion. They have had this feud that's, I don't know, their promos are like back and forth. John is kind of like really sticking it to Cody, and Cody's also like, F you, bro.
I really hope Cody takes the win, but
Mhm.
them giving that championship to John Cena, not only would he get his 17th win,
Yeah.
but best friend, if they're booing him now, can you imagine him beating Cody? That would be crazy. That's
Honestly,
something that would shake the
It would
arena as
shake the
well.
world.
Yes.
But giving it to Cena, that's headlines. Yes, giving it to Cody is also headlines.
Exactly.
John Cena on his last year wins a 17 time, breaks the record. That's news. That's history.
Yeah.
And I know Ric Flair likes to talk about, oh, I don't know, back and forth, back and forth. You're old. Shut up.
Yeah.
You're old, sir.
Yeah. No.
We're talking about
doesn't
this
matter.
in this timeline, in this wrestling timeline. John Cena would be the 17-time champion, and that's history making.
Why is he such a hater? I'd definitely be like, yes, my boy John Cena, like I did my thing. Now let's let this guy do his thing and beat my record. But we're not talking about him anymore.
We're not talking about it, but
I think John Cena winning would be
epic.
I wouldn't hate it
I wouldn't hate it either.
at all.
But let's say Cody loses at WrestleMania.
One
Then
now.
what happens to Cody?
That's exactly what I was gonna say too.
But then at the same time, Cody wins at WrestleMania. Then what happens next? John Cena, I could see him going on this retirement tour of beating everybody till he retires. Or, I mean, because if you win, you can't have Cena lose.
Right.
You can't. So I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping that Cena wins. I think there's like a 45% chance they give it to Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm fine either way, but I really want John Cena to win. My bedazzled tee is hanging on the window, so I'm ready for John Cena to win.
John Cena to win. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be mad at whoever wins, but I do want Cody to win.
Yeah.
Cody.
The Women's World Championship is also on the line. We're having Io Sky, who's the current champion, versus Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. This is a triple threat match, and this match is going to be a banger.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Io, Bianca, Rhea. A banger. Like you said. Wasn't it okay? Because I wasn't watching when Rhea was at it. Wasn't it at first just gonna be Io and Bianca? Okay, so then Rhea. Okay.
Rhea went in there, stole the contract, and signed her name.
Oh, that's right. I did see that. Okay.
People were very upset. But then other people
in
were
real
like,
life,
Shawn Michaels had done it before.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, in real life, people were mad.
People were mad. People were upset.
I thought that was such a good little segment.
Yes. And I get it. It didn't make sense. I was like, anybody can technically do that then.
Right, that's true. I guess
Mhm.
I guess that is very true. But I mean, Rhea had been in the feud already, sort of. Like Bianca and her had been talking shit to each other.
Mhm.
So I really don't understand why people were that mad. It's not like she just came out of nowhere and added herself to the feud.
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, but I hope Io Sky
Oh, you went for
retains.
Io.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking maybe Bianca.
Okay, that would
I
also
feel
be
like
nice.
Bianca. I love
Yeah.
that neither you nor me said Rhea. And
I
we
mean,
love Rhea.
I love Rhea. Are you
Love
kidding
Rhea.
me? I love Rhea, but she's been the champion.
Yes.
And she can be the champion again another time.
yeah, and right now I don't think Rhea would add anything to the championship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like Io retaining, hopefully, what's it called? Like she retains. To me, I hope she
She
retains.
retains and she would get built up because
Exactly.
she'd
That's
get
what I
more.
need Io to. That's what I need to happen to Io for her to get built up because she's doing great in the ring. She's doing, every time that she has to defend it, she does great. But there's no, what do you call it? I feel like the fans are just not
They're
as
not connecting
into
with
it.
her. Yeah.
Yes, which is really weird.
It's really weird, but I kind of see it because there are some wrestlers that I can't connect to. And I do like Io. I love
Yeah.
Io. She's a great wrestler, but I'm still also not able to connect with her yet. But I
Okay.
do back her.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So she's growing on me. Definitely. Let's talk about Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. This is going to be for the
That's
Intercontinental
crazy.
Championship. Fatal 4-way. I'm taking my Mexican flag rush for night 2. Night 2, I get to see Penta at WrestleMania. We were talking about this kind of
That's
like
so
yesterday.
cool. Yeah, we did.
Crazy.
That's so cool.
What a journey he's had. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, me too.
And
he looks so
he
happy.
looks so happy. And also
And
Ray,
his brother, yes.
since we have recorded last time, Ray Phoenix has made his debut
Here.
here, which we did not go.
No.
Best friend, and I honestly think we missed out.
Yes, we did. Of course we did.
Seeing that match. But tickets are so expensive, guys.
Yeah.
And it's so far away. They say it's in Chicago. It's not in Chicago.
It's right outside of Chicago, but that's still 45-minute drive for us.
Mhm.
And yeah, no, it just didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
And it's fine. We'll have other chances to see
Exactly.
Ray Phoenix. But man, now that the Lucha Brothers are officially in the WWE, and I think I want to make a video about that too, kind of talking about like their journey and stuff.
Mhm.
And now finally them both being there. Ray wins his match on SmackDown and he hugs the ref.
Yeah.
Like just some really great wholesome moments.
Mhm.
You can just tell they're both so happy.
Mhm.
He kind of got the same treatment of you win the match, you get a quick little interview,
Mhm.
and they kind of just let them talk and tell their story, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love that for them.
Who do you think in this match? Now talking about his brother Penta. Yes, he's my favorite to win.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I do see a world where they give it to Dominic.
I see where they give it to Dominic, but I also see them giving it to Penta just because of this huge
Put like this.
what do you
Yeah.
call it, like pop that
The
he's had
momentum.
momentum. There you
Yes,
go.
yes.
This huge momentum that he's had. I see it working with both Penta and Dominic, but I also have seen how Balor and Dominic have kind of been having for a while now a little, there's gonna be a breakup. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna
Something
happen
shady.
where something very shady is gonna happen. So
Mhm.
who knows if this will be the match where something happens between Dominic and Balor? I don't know, but I hope Penta wins.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this match. This is one of those matches that I'm excited to watch because of
It's
Penta.
gonna be so good. Braun Breaker's also phenomenal athlete. Finn Balor, phenomenal athlete. These hits are gonna hit.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. Moving on to the next match, we have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I don't really have a certain feeling on this match.
Me neither. These are
Okay.
also two dudes that just been talking so much shit to each other.
Mhm.
Drew McIntyre more than Damian because Drew
McIntyre
knows how to
cracks me
talk his shit.
up. Jesus Christ.
He's
I love
he
Drew.
is oh my god.
Going into this match, he is a little bit my favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, charisma wise, he's definitely more out there. Damian Priest is just doing his job.
Yeah.
But Drew McIntyre's taking it personal,
Absolutely.
and
Which he takes everything personally.
no, yeah, he
As
really
should.
does.
That's what I do too. I take everything
Exactly.
personally.
You know what? He's Scottish. I get it. They've been they fucked around with the Scottish too much, so I get it.
Craziness. But yeah, that's who I'm picking to win. Is Drew.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Liv Morgan and Raquel are going to face Bailey and Lyra Valkyria.
I see them giving this to Bailey and Lyra.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have not connected with Liv Morgan and Raquel's reign at all. Mostly because I don't connect with Raquel at all. I
It's so
don't.
crazy because I can't connect with Lyra.
So her too. I don't know anything about her, especially
And
since
I've
I don't
seen her
watch it like
matches.
that.
Love it.
Right.
I saw her workout session with Sheamus on his, what is it, the Celtic Warrior workouts?
Yeah.
I think that's his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And still, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I do feel like that too, but for me, it's more because I don't know her.
Okay.
But of course, Bailey. I
I
mean,
mean,
Bailey's the perfect person to have with her as like a little
as a team
mentor.
partner,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, Bailey and Lyra would be good tag team champs. I think it's time to switch it up. I
Mm-hmm.
do like Liv and I do like Raquel, but they don't need the belts.
No.
They don't. They can start their own Judgment Day with just women. Let's talk about this match that was added: AJ Styles and Logan
I
Paul.
can't believe they're gonna make AJ Styles wrestle Logan Paul.
Honestly,
That's crazy.
disrespect.
So disrespectful.
It was so funny because we were talking about who's it, El Fantasmo.
Uh-huh.
When we were at the New Japan show, and I was like, "Is this guy like Logan Paul? Like he's giving me Logan Paul vibes."
You did say that he gave you Logan Paul vibes.
And I was like, maybe it's just because there's like similar looks to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like he came out in like the lights, like the glasses,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I see that,
Mm-hmm.
especially because the way he comes out, also very arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's what it was, like the arrogance.
Yeah. Okay.
But I
I
did
hear
like El
you.
Fantasmo.
Oh,
I thought he was good.
I mean, I like El Fantasma compared to Logan, of course. Compared to Logan
Let's
Paul.
have El Fantasmo versus AJ Styles. Let's do that.
Exactly. But you know what? You saying that though, there's been a lot of like wrestlers outside of WWE mentioning AJ Styles recently.
Well,
so that's crazy.
And you know what's crazy? AJ said, I think he had a recent interview that he was like, "Oh, I think I got like 5 more years." Was it AJ? Did you see somebody was like, if anybody knows what I'm talking about in the comments, please confirm or deny. AJ Styles said he's got like 5 years left.
Wow.
I believe so. And I want to say he mentioned Jericho. He was like, "Oh, well, if Jericho's like this age right now, it's like I can do like 5
That
more
is
years."
crazy. There's too much mentioning outside of WWE. We're gonna be here in
other wrestlers.
We're gonna be here in a couple months, like Rest Friends.
AJ
Styles.
AJ Styles is gonna fight El Fantasmo. What's his
El
real name?
Fantasmo.
What's his real name?
That's a great question. I'm not a fan of him like that. Oh, Sergio said Swerve said 5 years.
Oh, Swerve said 5 years?
So Swerve mentioned AJ Styles.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yes.
Wait, but Swerve said he's got 5 years left?
Not Swerve himself. Oh, wait. Was it Swerve that said that or that AJ?
That's what I'm saying.
Because I do remember Swerve mentioning AJ.
I do remember him mentioning AJ too. Or maybe he mentioned, maybe I'm remembering this wrong. Maybe he said, well, AJ Styles is wrestling at this age.
Right.
I still have 5. Maybe that's what happened.
Damn. Now we got to go back and get our information right, Rest Friend.
This is what happens when you don't have notes on your podcast,
yes.
okay?
Fun fact, the both of us do not have notes today.
We're just looking at literally the WrestleMania rundown, and then we're running on our memories.
Yes.
And clearly mine is not great.
Yeah, Sergio said Swerve said he has 5 years.
Thank you for clarifying, Sergio.
Point is, AJ has been mentioned.
I'm glad somebody fact checks us.
Yes, no, seriously, thank you. We don't have to look stupid throughout the entire...
Just for a couple seconds while we get corrected. And we're like, oh, wait a minute.
But to answer your question about Fantasmo, I've never known this because I think they really only use El Fantasmo as his ring name, but he's Canadian and his real...
I was going to say, is he from here? I have a lot of questions. You know what? Let me just Google him on my own.
He's Riley. I do not know how to pronounce his last name, but Riley Vigier. Vigier. Yeah, never heard of that. But I know him as El Fantasmo.
Okay.
Yeah. And he used to do the Lo Corazoncito.
Good match that he had on Friday.
New Japan was... Windy City Riot was absolutely cool. Even though we were so tired.
My legs felt it at the show though when I was sitting down. I was like, oh my God, I just want to like stretch my feet out and you couldn't because the seats are so tight.
They're so tight. And it's so funny because you were telling me to take off my shoe because one of my feet was hurting. One of my toes was hurting. And Wrestfriend was like, Wrestfriend, just take off your shoe. I was like, Wrestfriend, I'm not going to take off my shoe.
I was like, take your shoe off.
I cannot. But yes, going back to that Wrestfriend. AJ Styles versus Logan.
I want AJ to win.
Of course. Of course. Same here.
They don't want none. That's what I gotta say.
No, they don't want
You know what?
none.
Now when I play our intro, now we're gonna hear it because now it's playing off the right audio. Like I'll be able to hear.
Oh,
Like, are you
okay.
ready? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's end with that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, wait. Before we leave, I do want to say that Rest Friends and Wrestling Wind Down, we're going to have a little meetup for WrestleMania. We're super excited. We're going to have a fan meetup. It's going to be a Chardonnay and Cheesemate meetup. So make sure you guys, if you're in Vegas, stop by, talk to us about wrestling, have a few drinks with us. It's going to be a fun time. Restaurant, I'll put you in my suitcase. So you can come. It's going to be at Vegas Vicky's Cocktail Lounge, Friday from 1 to 3. So meet us over there. And then Lo is also going to have a table at WrestleCon.
That is so cool.
She's going to be selling some
So
exclusive
exciting.
merch. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's exclusive merch that you can only get at WrestleCon. So I'm going to be with her at her table on Friday, but she will be there for, I think it's like the 3 days, 4 days.
Okay.
Wrestling Wind Down, find the table, get the merch. Exclusive stuff will be there. It's only going to be there for that day, for that weekend. So I'm very excited. And I know
Yeah.
WrestleCon is also going to be so much fun too. And I know I'm going to a couple of other shows. That's why I was not super set on Zack Sabre Jr. this weekend, because I am
'Cause,
also
yeah.
going to see him 2 or 3 more times that weekend.
Right.
And I might just meet him after one of his matches.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I'm very excited. WrestleMania weekend is already here. And let me tell
Literally, you're
you,
leaving.
not prepared.
You're leaving one of these days.
I'm leaving on Thursday.
That's crazy.
I'm not prepared. Nowhere near as prepared as I should be.
You got this. My Virgo. You got it.
I'll figure it out.
You got it.
I'll figure
You're
it
definitely
out.
going to figure it out.
Scott says, take care of Joel Pearl while you're there. It's so funny because Joel will be at the Chardonnay and Cheesemate, he told me. So he'll be there, definitely. But thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. Thank you, Sergio, for fact-checking us. I'm glad he knew what the heck I was talking about.
Right.
I clearly didn't. I was like, I think this person. You know, así empiezan los chismes.
No, Rest Friend. Literally, así empiezan los chismes.
Could you imagine if I told you that and then you go and you're like, oh my God, you know what Edie said?
Exactly.
That AJ Styles wants to fight Chris Jericho.
And then it just keeps going.
And then Sergio will tell Mario, oh my God, falls count anywhere. Chris Jericho and AJ Styles.
Mario tells Sam.
Oh
Sam
my God,
suplex.
Oh. And Lexino, Lucha Outsiders is reporting.
No, that's
actually
so crazy.
Lucha Outsiders would never report it because they check their shit.
That's so true. Mario would have fact checked us as well.
Mario would have been like, he would have called us and been like, what are you guys talking about? Go follow the Lucha Outsiders podcast, guys.
We're just girls.
They are so great. I love listening to Mario, to Sam, to Ryan. They know their shit.
No, for sure.
And that's where we get a lot of our news too.
Yeah.
I
I think the difference between the wrestling, it's like they're so serious, right? I mean, of course they're fun, they're hilarious, they make it fun, but they're so serious talking about wrestling and facts and everything.
And they know they know the names of the moves.
They know the names of the moves. You know what I was asking Sergio at the New Japan show at Windy City Riot? I was like, sometimes are you watching wrestlers and you know what move they're gonna do next? And he's like, if I know the wrestler and how he wrestles, yeah. I'm like,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. For me, everything's a surprise.
For Rest Friends.
Every single move is a surprise, okay?
You're like me with history. Because let me tell you.
Please explain.
Sometimes I go to musicals. When I saw Hamilton for the first time, I was like, oh my God, I did not know he was cheating on his wife with the sister.
Oh.
Like you know, like I didn't know the sister liked him like that.
Okay.
I didn't know this Hamilton was having an affair. I didn't know this president was, doing this. And I was like, this is all a surprise to me. And mind you, I took AP history.
Wait, Hamilton is based off history?
Yes.
It's not like a
No,
fairy tale play?
No, it's real.
Oh, I know nothing about.
Yeah, no, like the stuff that's incorporated there is real life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because when you said history and then you mentioned Hamilton, I was like, how does that correlate?
Yeah, no, the only thing that's made up is like the music, but it's
Right.
very factual.
Oh, okay, no
Crazy
wonder people
stuff.
love it.
And then I went to another musical about Henry. Was it Henry VIII? Henry somebody. He had 6 wives.
Fifth.
And the play is called 6, I think. And
So then maybe it was the 6th. Henry the 6th. I don't know.
I don't know.
Henry VI. That's what I remember. What's
Henry
VI?
It's 6.
Fun fact, I don't know my Roman numerals. Okay.
The V is the 5.
V is 5 and the I is 1.
I is 1, yeah.
Okay, so then 6. Henry the 6th restaurant.
Yes. So they were talking about how all the wives died and all that stuff and like the situations that they went through and like how one of them had a daughter, but he did not acknowledge the daughter. He waited for a
Yes.
son.
Yes.
And I was like, this is all news to me. Mind you, I learned this.
Okay, you see, I know about Henry VI. I'm so
I
sorry. I'm
learned
gonna
this.
keep calling him that.
But at the same time, I was shocked. So sometimes when I watch historical movies, I'm like, I can't believe that happened. That's so crazy. Like everything's a surprise to me.
I love history. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
how
So same
wrestling
thing
is
with
for
wrestling
me.
is, I'm like, wow, crazy.
Yeah.
And people are like, and even though we know too much about stuff, we know like people's backstage, we know like rumors and stuff and
Right.
who's free agent, who's not free agent. I like being surprised.
No, same.
And I like being a
Absolutely.
fan. It's crazy.
No, me too. I honestly, I love being a fan in this way.
Yeah.
I love it for you people that are very knowledgeable and you know everything, every single thing. I love that for you. You can teach me. My husband teaches me a lot,
Mhm.
but I still like everything being a surprise. I like watching wrestling and it being like a movie, if that makes sense.
It's so funny to me because I'll ask you something,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you don't know, I see you like go over there
Yeah.
and check it, and then we relay the information back to me. I'm like,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
'Cause
That's what I
I'm
love
sure.
about our little wrestling moments
Yes.
at wrestling shows.
I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much for
Thank you for
watching.
staying.
Thank you for staying with our technical difficulties, with our audio difficulties. And I will say goodbye with this video. So see you guys next time. Bye.